Dari, hello. It is the beginning of December 2021, and this is my comparative review of the Soundcore Q30 and the Soundcore Q35. So the backstory is that I do spend quite a lot of my time either listening to audio, that be the spoken word or music, and or making telephone calls. And I have noticed recently that people tell me they can't hear what I'm saying. Now, since I speak, I think, very pronounced English, I was distraught about this, and the headphones that I typically use are these Aeropex headphones, which I also use for sporting races. Turns out, no one can hear what I'm saying when I'm using these headphones. So I'm trying to remedy the situation, because when I speak to people, I like them to understand exactly what I'm saying. So the headphone market can range from something as inexpensive as about £30 or £40 up to way over £300 for a pair of over-the-ear headphones. And the headphones that I've selected after lots of research are either the Anker, i.e. Soundcore Q30, or the more expensive Q35. And to cut to the summary and the results right away, if you're on a really, really strict budget, the Q30, which is on Amazon right now, something like £60, is just bonkers value. And the only slightly better Q35 is listing at £130, but when I looked at Amazon and bought these ones, they were about at £100. So you've got about £60 here, and you've got about £100 here. Now, it is just difficult to justify the massively extra cost that I'm going to explain these represent, but still, I think if you have the money, go for these, because even at £100, they are such good value compared with the rest of the marketplace, but not with regard to these. So, both of these headphones are totally identical as far as I can see, except for some tiny extra features on the Q35. Let's just get these extra bits out the way first before I go into the details of the Q35. So the Q30 comes in a slightly worse box than the Q35. I mean the cardboard box that you get from Soundcore. So I'm pretty sure that's not going to influence anybody. You get slightly better feeling opening this box. Both headphones come with a case, and this one, the fancier one, the Q35, comes with a box that's slightly nicer. So it's much more difficult to open, but fancy smancy box. So this is the box you get with the Q35. This is the box you get with the Q35. And the only difference is it's got kind of a nice soft brushed effect here. So it feels like a slightly higher quality. I'm not one of those people that ever takes the headphones outside of the house, and would regard doing so as a bit Looney Tunes. But I believe some people do take them outside the house and walk down the high street with them. Not for me. This is a nice case. It comes with a few headphone cables, reminding of the unboxing video. It comes with the charging cable. It comes with an audio cable, which is slightly better than on the Q30 because it's got some sort of start-stop mechanism here. You get an airplane adapter, which you don't get on the Q30. You get a silica gel bag. Who cares about that? So I don't think the extras are going to be used by me ever. So for me, that wasn't a consideration. And I think most people won't be using these extras. They'll just be using them as wireless headphones. Okay, so the case is out the way. Both headphones are identical in the sense they both have identical button placements. They have a left and a right printed on the inside. They have a power button here, USB-C charge. They have noise cancellation here. And on the other side, on the right side of the headset, you've got an audio jack. You've got a play, stop, start here. And then you've got volume down and volume up. Now notice these buttons are discrete buttons, and I previously bought and rejected and returned a Sony 710 headset because all the buttons were in a single line, and it was really, really difficult to figure out without physically taking the headset off and looking at the buttons, what you were pressing, which completely defeats the object of having the buttons. So at least with this headset, once you've figured out where the buttons are, once you've got the hang of where the buttons are, you'll be able to press these buttons with the headset on and operating. But you don't need to. So again, whatever I'm saying applies to both headsets until I come to the differences, which I've not come to yet. So with the headset on, you can put your hand on the right-hand side here, and holding it for 1 or 2 seconds changes the mode, the noise cancellation mode. Now, there are 3 noise cancellation modes, and you can flip between them properly in the app, but you can select the mode where it can actually bring in the outside detail and sound into your headset, or the noise cancellation mode. So you can flip between that by holding your hand here. Or, of course, you can just press the noise cancellation button here, but it's not quite as easy to get to and quick to touch. So in terms of differences, what are the key differences between the Q30 and the Q35? Well, the first difference is that the actual cushion here is more luxurious. You see, it's like a slightly flat cushion here, and it's slightly deeper, and it's a bit more squidgy. This is a roundish cushion. It looks a bit cheaper, and it doesn't quite fit me as well, not just a fraction, but in all other respects, the physical construction of these 2 headsets is absolutely identical. Then the other thing that comes with the Q35 and not the Q30 is an Android-specific, because Apple are so proprietary, feature, which is that you have the ability to use the LDAC codec. So the LDAC codec, instead of the SBC codec, allows you to push 3 times as much data to the headphones. So you can get up to 990 kilobits per second, typically, on the Q35s only. So the Q30s will give you the SBC codec, and the Q35s will give you the LDAC higher quality codec. And let's look at the app, and we can see what is going on. So here's the app. How does that work? So I've got 3 applications running. I'll go into the app for the Q35. Get the Q30s out of the way. So you see you've got the headphones here. Got the app. You've got noise cancellation. You can go into noise cancellation, and you can see you've got, in the noise cancellation, you've got transport mode, indoor mode, or outdoor mode. And then you can just select normal, which means to say that you don't have any noise cancellation. And you can have transparency mode, which is where it takes in the outside sounds and via the microphone transmits them into the headset. So 3 really useful modes. Again, they're exactly the same on the Q30. Let's go see what else the app's got to offer. You've got an equalizer here. By the way, the app is available under iOS or Android. So you've got an equalizer, and you've got a whole set of different equalizations that you can select. So people often say, this headset's got a bit of bass or not such good bass, or it's a bit tinny at the top. All of these things can be fixed or changed by just using one of these presets. I do come from a family of hi-fi fanatics, I would say. But in the olden days, when you were dealing with analog equipment, there certainly was a great difference between the different brands. But today we're talking about digital technology for the recording and playback of music information. And to me, there really is not such a difference between a medium range headset costing £100 and a top of the range headset costing £300, especially when you can account for sound differences using simple equalization like this. So these are your choices. You've got a Soundcore Classic, you've got acoustic, you've got bass boot. And when you press these buttons, by the way, you'll see the equalization curve displayed. So if you press bass reduce, you'll see the bass here is reduced. What else do we have on this guy here? So if you look at the actual panel here. This is a panel that is different on the Q35 to the Q30. So the Q35 has something called wearing detection and touch for transparency. These are things you can select. So the wearing detection allows you to stop and start the audio by just taking the headset off and putting it back on. So when you take the headset off, the music will pause, and when you put the headset back on, the music will start up again. And I think in practice, that's what I'm about to pay £40 for. Because try as I might, I've really tried to look at the quality of the sound, and there really is, honestly, I think if you did I've done a blind test with my partner, putting headsets on, putting headsets off, changing the equalization curves, and I can't consistently tell the difference between the LDAC and the non-LDAC product. But let's show you under Android, as opposed to walled garden and iOS from Apple. If you have a Xiaomi phone, you have a very good selection, and you can actually go into the developer option. You can set a whole set of options. Obviously, none of this is possible will ever be possible under an Apple iOS, but under an Android system, even on my Pixel phone, it's not visible. But on the developer options for a Xiaomi phone, I can see all of these different options. So, for example, I can set the Bluetooth sampling rate to 96 kilohertz. I can change the audio channel mode to stereo. I can go for HQ audio. I can change the different standards of Bluetooth that I'm using, and more specifically, I can go to the audio codec and I can actually select what codec I want to see. So here I've selected LDAC, and if I didn't select LDAC, and if I didn't select the high quality codecs, then the standard for Android might be SBC. Now, interestingly enough, the Q30s do seem to support AAC, which is the Apple standard codec. So, strangely enough, and this isn't advertised anywhere that I can see, the Q30s do support AAC, which is the high quality Apple codec as used by Apple effectively only. So this is an iPhone, sorry, you're not saying this, but this is an iPhone. So on this iPhone, I tried the connection, and of course the Q30 and the Q35 work very well. But on the iPhone, of course it doesn't show you because it's Apple, but I believe it's connecting via AAC. So what do we have? We have the Q30 for about 60 something pounds right now on sale. We have the Q35 for about £100 on sale. I think I'm going to go with the Q35s, which are definitely worse at value for money. But given that these headphones are going to last for a year or two, I think the extra £40, or a little bit less than that, extra 30 something pounds, is worth the extra for the better codec support, the LDAC codec support, the slightly better cushions. I do feel these cushions are a bit more luxurious, and the fact that I can take the headphones off and on and pause the audio and restart the audio. Both of them have got this NFC connection where you can pair the headset using NFC, at least on Android, and both of them have got this method where you can touch the right side and have it to change the mode. Like I say, the app is available on both Android and iOS, and the app looks the same in Android and iOS. So there we have it. I'm very pleased. I'd go for the Q35 that only quotes £100 and not, say, £300, which you might pay for a more expensive, say, Bose headphones, or let's say Apple headphones. You're talking about at least £400. So I think they represent excellent value for money, and I'd use Amazon, not because I get a kickback, but because if you order them from Amazon on Amazon Prime, you can return them if they don't suit you. Okay, Dari, thanks for watching. I hope this was useful.